What's going on, guys? That was the Stinky Edgelords. Dad, I want to go on vacation. Sick of this inflation. It's a hardcore band out of, I don't know, fucking Missouri or something. So thanks for joining us. The Pope has died recently. I pretty much know exactly how I feel about that. We're going to get into it. I'm a fan of Breaking Points. Good little news podcast there. Shout out Ryan Grimm. That's the OG of the OGs.
An absolute legend.
But they were interviewing some kind of expert on the Catholics and popes. And he had this to say when being asked about the views of the new pope.
People who had dismissed Cardinal Prevost as some sort of hopeless, scheming liberal have been very pleasantly surprised. First of all, wearing the traditional robes that Francis rejected.
If what you're saying is true, and the Pope has chosen the conservative traditional wizard robes of the Catholic Pope of old, then the Night King still lives. I did hear that the traditional Pope garb comes with a beautiful Cashmere Chloroform rag and extra pockets for candy.
A new study finds that, lots of Catholic priests are what people are calling chomos, which is slang for
This is Jamaican rapper Boomda with his new single, Got a New Pope. If you like the song, feel free to smash that big dumb subscribe button. It helps us out here at the station. Plenty more great music and talk radio to come at the Billford Radio Hour. So stick around.
Got a new pope, got a new pope. Boomda clap it up.
Billford Radio Hour.
I say amen, we got a new pope, got a new pope, got a new pope. Boomda clap it up. I said a boomer that clap it up. Let's go. Why would I give a fuck about some guy who believes in a magical man in the sky? Boy, I don't know when you die, it's okay. I sure hope I don't know when I die, it sound gay. You're telling me these people believe in this stuff? He got more plot holes than the cops have donuts. Why you be believing all of these lies? Telling me my man watching me poop in the sky. Yeah, I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. Boom at a clap, boom at a clap. You don't make no sense, man. Check on your kids, man. Don't leave them alone with the priest. I said no. Don't go leaving them alone with the priest, man. If him so powerful, why the world still a fight? Why the hungry still crying in the darkness of the night? Why the sickness take hold and the innocent them fall? Seems like this guy, man, him not listening at all. Hi brothers, it's your boy Boomda. Hope you like my song. You're listening to the Billford Radio Hour.
Great stuff from Boomda as usual. Really hit home too, you know. Don't leave that kid alone with the priest. Just don't do it. You know, that's probably my advice.
When I was a kid, my mother, right? She used to invite the local priest over for dinner, like all the time. I think she did it so that it would help her get into heaven, which hopefully didn't work out. But I'll tell you, that priest was a goofball weirdo. You could just tell something was off.
How many Catholics are there? No way. Estimated 1.4 billion Catholics in the world. Did somebody forget to tell them after they found out that Santa Claus isn't real, that God isn't real? I mean, these people actually... It is actually, I know I'm being an asshole, but it's actually hard to believe at this point. I mean, it's genuinely hard to believe. These are dots that people just can't seem to connect. Tell you what's hard to believe. What's hard to believe is the Bible. You ever crack that open? I mean, come on, guys. You know what? Let's look at a random chapter of the Bible. Leviticus. I'm ashamed that it even comes to mind. Oh, here we go. Look at that, huh? You got a whole little website. The burnt offering. The Lord called to Moses, spoke to him from the tent of meeting, the meeting tent. Speak to the Israelites and say to them, when anyone among you brings an offering to the Lord, bring as your offering an animal from either the herd or the flock. The offering is a burnt offering from the herd. You are to offer a male without defect. What a loser. This guy, can you imagine you start a game of The Sims, right? And you can talk to them. This is like a 2050 Sims game where they're all AI'd out. You can actually speak to these little people in the houses that you've built, or the aliens you've created, right? You talk to them and you go, bring me, go get a puppy, steal a puppy from your neighbor and bring it to me, and then I'll know that you love me. Okay, so you create the human race. You create the entire world so that you can start bossing people around from the sky to bring you burnt animals. Or perfect animals that you're then going to burn. I don't even want to spend any time on this. It's stupid as hell. At 1.4 billion. 1.4 billion. What a frightening planet this is. More from the Breaking Points interview. Crystal asks a question.
One thing that people like myself, I'm not a Catholic, but people who are on the left who appreciated Pope Francis really respected was his commitment to and focusing on an anti-war message, and especially vis-a-vis the atrocities committed in Gaza. I wonder if you have any insight into Pope Leo's perspective on that conflict.
I have none whatsoever, but I want to ask you something. You're talking about respecting a man who protected a serial rapist of nuns. How does he earn your respect? I'm not having a go at you, Crystal, personally, because I'm a fan of yours, but really?
That was the Fus Roda of British guys. Run it back.
But really?
And he just accused the Pope that just died of covering up an incredible amount of sexual abuse scandals. Oh yeah, that's right. This school of Hogwarts, this Game of Thrones little castle in Italy, not only is it not based on real magic, their wands don't even work. That's right, they're also molesting children and protecting each other from the law and accountability.
Really?
I really did just find it kind of funny and interesting just how much people really care about this Catholic wizard.
Really? Really? Doesn't that overshadow everything? So many abuse victims had their stories ignored. Checking his record, they discover that he isn't perhaps as liberal as they thought, that he seems to have relatively orthodox views on the sensitive issues of sexuality that have proved to be so divisive in the Catholic Church.
I feel like we're so far past this. I mean, clearly there's no more dragons flying around. We don't need a papacy. Papacy, don't know, who cares? I'm not sure what other texts he has to, translate from the mythic ancient times of Boraclausius. We lost all of the ancient texts. Remember that in the history book called the Bible, whenever there was a really, really big flood that drowned the whole world, and we had to take 2 of every animal and put it on a really big boat. We got 2 ants and 2 beetles and 2 raccoons, and Noah, sailed around on a planet of pure water because God was mad. It was basically like he was resetting his Sims video game. I could pull a 5th grader off the street that could write a more convincing story. And these people are spending time wondering, making sure, I really want to make sure that this guy's going to be tough on gays. Who gives a shit? I mean, truly, who cares? I guess these people do. It is crazy ironic that they are known for their incredibly prolific...
Let's just say they're good at what we here at the station call being disgusting chomos.
I say they could judge this big, hairy, and I'm telling you, trust me, dude, it's hairy, fat, swollen, overly large, giant, lopsided, testosterone-producing chick magnet of a wrinkly, lopsided ball sack.
To really wrap this thing up, here's a hit from the pop-punk sensation, the Pizza Party BroChodes. This one's called LiggOnDeez.
Why don't you take a look at these? If you could see them, you'd say, oh geez. Big and wrinkled, lopsided too. And sometimes they even turn blue. LiggOnDeez, you douchebag. They're really hairy and fat, sitting under a thick, juicy baseball bat. LiggOnDeez.
Remember this guy?
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Get your hand off my penis!
If you've somehow never heard of this bloke, years ago, the video of him being arrested in Australia went viral because of how over the top he was and literally everything he said. He was pulled out of a Chinese restaurant, so naturally, he's like,
What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
and as this group of cops are trying to push him into the car, he goes,
See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before. Get some cups. Why did you do this to me?
So yeah, you can see why this went viral. And like once a year or so, one of his lines will just pop into my head. And I went to pull the clip up the other day and found a news update on this guy from only like 3 years ago. I'll link that below, but here's a couple clips.
We were enjoying a succulent meal with many glasses of the grape juice, of course, the red grape. There was a suspicious-looking character at a couple of tables away looking at us. And every time I'd turn, he'd put his head down and pop a dim sim into his gob.
Turns out he was wrongfully arrested. He was mistaken for someone else, which I never knew. It just kind of seems like he's probably guilty because of how over the top he is. But it turns out he's just a
poor, struggling artist.
Yeah, he's a painter, and he shows off some of his paintings in this interview. All of them, at least the ones that he shows the reporter, they're paintings of the scene of him being arrested, except they're different versions of him arresting himself in that scenario from the video.
But I've got myself here as I look now. It will look like me when I'm finished. Me arresting myself then. That's going to be me again, back in those days, trying to put the handcuffs on myself.
Can't believe I found an update on this guy. You just figure it's one of those videos you'll never really know what happened, but we got to the bottom of it.
Get up, you're under arrest. You're an international criminal.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Get your hands off my penis.
Appreciate you listening to the Billford Radio Hour. I want to spend the last segment here talking about the game that's got me hooked recently. It's a first-person shooter, which is a little strange for me. Not that I didn't grow up on a little bit of Call of Duty, but I'm much more of the neckbeard MMO ilk. Stay up all night so that I can get a cool leopard mount that allows me to travel 30% faster through the Stranglethorn Vale. Let me go ahead and spend the entire weekend grinding for the Sword of Balaziragoth, even though I'll probably never play this MMO ever again after about a month. And I know that deep down, but I convinced myself that maybe this MMO doesn't suck. Maybe this is the one that my kids, they'll be like, oh, Dad, you're still playing the Forlorn Shadows of Nature. And I'm like, yes, I've been playing this for over 20 years. It gets better and better with each update. Because that just doesn't seem to happen. But I don't know, I was itching for an FPS first-person shooter recently, and I stumbled upon Delta Force. I actually didn't stumble. I tried a whole bunch of first-person shooters. I tried going back to the Battlefield titles. I tried that one free Halo first-person shooter. I tried a few different things. I tried, what's that one? Hell Let Loose. Man, did I want to force myself to like that game and force myself to get good. But I'm clearly not good enough. Don't have the patience. And I've downloaded Delta Force. Delta Force is free. It's on Steam. And it's on mobile. It's supposed to come out for PlayStation by the end of the year. It is a Chinese game, a Chinese developer, although the English is pretty good, so you don't feel like you're playing a game that wasn't made for you. Apparently, this developer is the biggest developer in the world, if judged by revenue, because they're big in the mobile department. And I think that they have a lot of mobile games in China that make them an unbelievable amount of money. But I have to admit, they've done a fantastic job with Delta Force. Does it have its things that people cry about? Absolutely. Every game does. But This is like a tactical first-person shooter where there are different characters that have special abilities. So there's like warfare mode, which is pretty much 32 on 32 team deathmatches, but oriented around capturing and securing sectors, much like maybe a conquest from Battlefield, if I'm remembering right. There's the warfare mode, and then there's the operations mode, which is your extraction shooter. You're in it with a team of guys. I'm not going to explain to you what an extraction shooter is because honestly, I have really never played an extraction shooter. I'm on the warfare side of this. I'm doing the 32v32. Lots of guns to unlock. The classes are fun. I'm just enjoying it, okay? And I think you should try it if you've got an itch, if you got a hankering for an FPS game. And the fact that it's free and it's not pay to win, even though, you know, when you think Chinese game, you're thinking, oh, there's probably a huge cash shop and a ton of in-game gambling related to cash shop items. And you're absolutely correct. There is. But there is zero pay to win. I wouldn't be telling you about this game if there was even a shred of pay to win. I do recommend Delta Force. I am using this as an opportunity to plug some of my recorded achievements. There's probably some pretty great footage of me doing some amazing, heroic, strategic operations as a clandestine agent with an automatic weapon. So I'm just throwing that out there. I think you should give it a shot. They're not like this isn't like a paid sponsor or anything like that. I just figured, I don't know, I'm enjoying it. We're really past the days of, you know, mommy, look how good I did in the video game. You know, those days have sailed. Now you need a YouTube channel, we need to get on Twitch, because, you know, I could show my mom, like, she would pretend to be interested. She's a fantastic woman. She'd be like, oh, that's so nice. But, not gonna do that to her. So instead, I've done all of this just so I could show you that, hey, I did pretty okay at this game at certain points that I have chosen to show you. But, yeah, guys, this is the Billford Radio Hour, which will rarely be an hour long. For the remainder of the video, we will be playing some more music, maybe some more full versions of what you've already listened to during today's episode, including some more heavy stuff, more deathcore, hardcore. If you're one of those people, which is probably like 95% of the population,
I can't understand what they're saying. How could I like this? Oh, are they yelling? Why are they screaming?
Drink some more milk, all right? Man up. Remember when you used to get mad at stuff before you gave up on life? I don't really remember that either, but...
If you made it this far, you're a special type, ain't you? Maybe you're even the type to drop a comment, hit the like button, or subscribe. All that stuff every desperate YouTuber says. There's gonna be a lot more going on with this channel. I'm telling you right now, it'll be like, probably pretty good.
A Chinese cash shop first-person shooter game can actually be good. I played Delta Force and I liked it. Yeah, I actually really like it. While the person playing in this video is really good at this game. Billford Radio Hour. It's the Billford Radio Hour. Subscribe so I have a will to survive. There is no pay to win in Delta Force. I don't know, I just like the game. I am not as good as I should be. Given the time I've put in, I seem to lose my mojo and will perform.
This is the bike who got me on the penis before. Why did you do this? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Manifest.
Glasses of the grape juice, of course, the red grape.
Oh, I can feel it coming now. I can feel that current rushing down. If I were you, I'd tell me I wouldn't want to be a hickory-do. I got myself some nasty diarrhea. You see, my friend, there's these little delights. Mini burger sliders fight my hungry nights. The juicy and small, bite-sized dream. But they turn me old innards into a brown sour cream. Oh, I did spray. Oh, I did pray. That old friend of mine, diarrhea of a wicked design. I like my chicken tendies, I like my burgers and fries. I won't visit my physician because I don't have health insurance. I don't have health insurance, and my innards are wet. My number 2's so long, my toilet is also my bed. Oh, I did spray. Oh, I did pray. That old friend of mine, diarrhea of a wicked design. Get the hell off of the road. Why don't you just go to a park, man? We built these places for you to ride your bike. But here you are, sitting at a traffic light. You're a dumbass pedaling in the middle of my lane. I hope your family's ashamed. Here's 2 cheap helmets and damage to your brain. I'd say it's not personal, but I think that it is. I'm gonna run you off the because this road is for the cars. It's really not hard. It's really not